thanks everybody for watching. I'll sit up a little bit straighter and entertain you a little bit more. So if you just joined us, we're looking at a company called Insight. The stock ticker is INCY. It trades on NASDAQ. It's got about a $17 billion valuation. Let's go to the SEC filings real quick because I want to update what I call the Big Six, which is just the cap structure or the capital structure of the company, which is the stock price, which right now is $78 a share. I don't know if you got $78 in your wallet. I don't think I do. Let's take a look. I'm trying to go cashless, so I literally have $2 in my wallet. I think I have a crunkled up dollar here somewhere. Here's 25 cents. So I got $2.25. Actually, that's not true. Hold on. I've got some Benjamins here somewhere. Let me see. They're in my jacket over there. I think I got about $900 somewhere. But anyway, the one share is $78. So at least right now I can buy 10 shares of Insight. But you can add up how many you can buy. But there are 222 million shares out there, right? So just imagine, can you visualize 222 million things? You know, I want to make an app that does that. Visualize millions. You know, I want to make a graph that just like drops like 222 million things. I should really do that. That'd be fun. D3 project. D3 is a programming language. Let's see. MD visualize N. Yeah, let's call it that. And this is Linux, so it's mcdr code visualized. And we'll do that later, but that'll be a fun project to do. Should we make that an Express app? I think so. Cool. Oh wait, wrong one. Did I put this in the wrong? Oh shit! I put this in the wrong folder. Well, I'll do it again in here. Okay, cool. All right, so there's 222 million shares of Insight, and there's 77 bucks a piece. If you multiply those two, you get 17 billion, which is what the company is quote unquote worth. Now, what does that mean exactly? It's not clear. If you tried to buy, it's like quantum mechanics. If you actually tried to buy every single share, right, you would be you would affect the stock price by doing so, right? So you can't really measure the value of a company by looking at its latest price. The same way you can't measure the momentum of a particle and look at its location. So if you tried to buy every single share of Insight, inevitably what would happen to the price of the stock? It probably would go up, right? Not definitely, but probably. So buying one share, you know, won't change the stock price, but you know, buying you know, all of the shares probably would. So the reason we look at the last sale principle is that's all we've got to go on, right? So the company has $3 billion in cash, and as I've explained many times, if you take that $3 billion away, the $17 billion is composed of two pieces: the $3 billion they have sitting in the bank, which is worth $3 billion, and the $14 billion that you're paying for the rest of the company. Since you're paying $17 billion, we can infer that you're paying $14 billion for the actual operating business. Does that make sense? I hope it does. It's one of the trickier concepts to understand is enterprise value. Some people get it in 1 minute, some people get it in 1 month, but I want you to get it and really understand that. It's really, really important. So I've done some videos about that. If you need some help, there's some videos about it. But you know, basically, you were buying the company for 17 billion. Let's start there. Does that make sense? Yes, because each share is 77. There's 222 million. It would require you to buy all the shares for 17 billion, right? So when you buy the shares in the company, you get access to the company's cash. We don't get access when you buy one share or something like that. You don't get to tell the board of directors what to do. But if you bought all of the shares, you do. It's your company now, right? You can take all the cash out and pay yourself with the cash that pay a dividend, right? That's what companies do when you're privately owned. You can treat the company's cash in the company's bank account as your cash. You can't do that, Sam Bankman-Fried, if you have stockholders. But you can do that, and you certainly can't do it with depositors' money. But you can do it if it's your family business, right? That money is your money. So imagine you took all that cash out. What you'd have left is $14 billion. So that's that. You can't be banned from trading. So just something to keep in mind. There's no such thing as a ban from trading. All right, so anyway, they have no, this because the company has no debt. So with their balance sheet, we just looked at their balance sheet. There's no debt on the balance sheet. They have payables and things like that and cocoa, but nothing, no real debt. And their receivables and their payables about equal. So there's 618 in receivables and there's 700 in payables and there's 200 or 250 in prepaids and inventory, and there's about 250 in the other types of receivables and payables, payables and accrued liabilities. So it all sort of equals out. There's no debt and there's a whole boatload of cash. So there's 14 billion of enterprise value. So the question is Insight, their assets worth $14 billion? So what's really interesting about this company and every drug company is you can actually look at every single drug modularly. You can't do that with a company like Twitter or something like that. In pharma, the reason I really fell in love with the business when I was a young man was that you can really look at each drug in isolation because they all have the same characteristics, which is why I like this tabular format. It sort of appeals to the OCD in me as well. And you can more or less get a sense for what each one of these drugs is worth. And you can see there's a lot of drugs, right? They've got, 27 drugs. Now, a lot of them are going to be worth nothing, but it's something that, is important. So CI/CD pipeline, yeah, I'd say that's right. I've got some CI/CD pipelines running right now. So I'm glad you said that. We got a computer programmer asking about continuous integration, continuous deployment. It's a little like that. It's probably more like specking, or something like that, but I don't know. So anyway, so the question for Insight is what are we looking at in terms of patent expiry? And we're looking at the patents for Jakafi. That's probably not the biggest question for Jakafi, right? Because Jakafi is going to do just fine, but it's going to go generic at some point. So let's even assume, it doesn't really even matter what we assume Jakafi is going to do for the next 3 or 4 years. And remember, this is mostly pure profit. But if the drug expires in 2026, we're going to see something like this, right? Something really catastrophic happen to the revenue. By 2029, there will basically be no revenue. It'll be a shadow of its former self.